Happy New Year, everybody. Just thought I'd do a end of the year recap. Not only did I get a deer, but we had success at camp, and I had all kinds of opportunities at the early part of October down here. 100% human error, but no, it was a good season. Started out in the spring getting my first turkey. It was a bearded hen. I took a little bit of slack for that, but it had a beard, so it was a legal turkey. At least in Michigan, anyway, it was legal. So I took that, and then we did our annual spring trip up to the cabin. That's always a great time. Anytime you can get up there is a great time, but that was a great time. Got some trail cameras out. However, with 7 trail cameras out, there wasn't much. Except for I had a lot of bear. I had a wolf on one. I had bear on 3 different cameras, and a doe here and a doe there, and that was it. However, that 5-point I shot on that ridge, he was never on camera, so. But no, I'm fast forwarding. I don't want to get this far ahead yet. But no, then, like I said, I went the first few days of bow season downstate here was like 80 degrees. I sat all day opening day, saw 24 deer. I didn't get a shot that day, but I saw 24 different deer. They weren't the same deer. There was 24 different deer. And then the next day, the first 3 days, I seen like 80 some deer. Were they the deer from the previous days? Yeah, but it was all, 10, 12, 14, 15 of them at a time out there, along with all them turkeys. So, and then I had my son's buddy out filming, and that 8-point stood there 50 yards, and lesson learned, I didn't have the string back far enough on the crossbow. And then that was that for that property for a couple weeks. I went over to Camp Hilltop with Flying Eagle Outdoors, Mike, Nick, Mitch, and Ozzy over there in Wisconsin. I saw 5 does. It was nasty weather every day over there. High winds, raining, pouring rain, high winds. But I did see them 5. They were all does. The license I had, I could have taken one of them does, but I didn't want to. I was waiting on a buck. So that was a great time over there with them guys, even though it wasn't successful. But it was a successful hunt because I at least saw deer, totally different area, never hunted deer in my life. So that was fun. So then we come back. It was getting to be late October. One of my buddies had said, "Hey, why don't you put a decoy out and see what happens?" So he let me use his decoy, Billy the decoy. I put him out, and I had a buck come from at least 400 yards away, trotting into that decoy. And once again, human error, shot over its back. So I could have been tagged out in October here in Michigan. So then I hunted a couple more days over there, and the deer sightings went down. I was seeing like maybe 3 or 4, but I was still seeing a lot of turkeys. So then November came, and I didn't have, like the last few years, and anybody who hunts the UP should know, I didn't have high expectations. But it's deer camp. You can't beat the times at deer camp. Yes, there's a problem up in the UP. We all know that. And I will say to people that don't realize, what you hear about bad winters is not true. But I'll leave it at that. But anyway, once I pulled my trail cameras, I was like, wow, hardly nothing still, and they've been up for a while. Mostly bears. The same group of bears was visiting that stand across the 2-track from the cabin. They're over there by the creek. The bears are in and out of there like almost every day. And then that clear cut that I missed that doe the year before, got a doe out of there the year before that. That again had two does, a doe and 2 fawns on it, and bears. Had a bobcat on one camera, and then my son's buddy Jacob, where he hunts, there was a 8-point on camera, which is on an SD card, which that SD card's up at the cabin. But it's not the same 8-point that he shot. He saw 5 different bucks opening day. Of course, with a combo tag, and you're restricted in the UP. A couple of them didn't meet the restrictions, and then that 8-point he did shoot came in while some of them were still in there. So he shot that the day after opening day, which would have been the 16th. He shot it. And my son, he didn't see much of anything over his stand, except he had some does come in there one day while he had his eyelid shut. Trail camera showed does in there. But he did shoot a nice 10-point over in Macomb County earlier, just before I came up to camp. He shot this buck with his bow. Nice buck, big bodied deer. I'm still waiting for him to connect on one up at camp. So then the 18th rolls around, the 17th rolls around, and the anniversary of my dad passing. I felt like, after talking to him while I was in the blind, he was sitting in there with me when that deer came through. I'll never forget that day. That's the second buck I've shot on the 17th of November out of that stand. A couple years ago, I got the other 5-point, and I just got done telling him at 4 o'clock that year. I said, "Send me a buck, Dad," and then that one walked out 3 years ago, buck. I didn't get much. I didn't get any the tracking job on that deer. I'm gonna be the first to admit I was a bit emotional, because my son and his buddy had found the deer way before I was even ready to get going, and my brother and I were back at the site where I shot it, and they were way up ahead of us, and they found the deer. And I was a bit emotional at the time, and my brother was filming, but I didn't want that on there. Emotions took the best of me, just because I think of my dad all the time, and more so at deer camp. And I was talking to him, like I said, earlier in the morning, and I felt like he was sitting with me. So then I came home, and then I went back with a guy that's never experienced a deer camp. Once again, the trail cameras, after we had left, had deer on there Sunday. We left Sunday, had deer on there Sunday, and then I didn't see nothing except for I saw a couple in the thick stuff one day. And that Terry that I brought up there, he had seen one over in that stand he was on, and he had a doe come in. But no, all in all, it was a great deer camp. We didn't have the weather. I mentioned it in my videos that's the first time I've seen deer when we had high winds like that. In fact, opening day it was 60 degrees, 25, 30 some mile an hour winds for the first 2 days. I was shocked I even saw that doe, those two does and a fawn come in that stand down by the creek. I was shocked at that because of the high winds. I've never seen them in high winds up there before. They made a liar out of me. So then I came home, didn't hunt for probably the first week of the so-called muzzleloader season, which down here in southern Michigan you can use a 350, 450 or a shotgun. I took my shotgun out on some other private property. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I didn't see a deer, which is surprising. But I don't think there's as many deer down here as they say there is. But anyways, I didn't see nothing then. And then I got invited for the last weekend of so-called late doe season. I got invited to a camp up in Glenny, and I had a doe and two fawns that one morning, and it wasn't shooting time yet. Upon further review, I guess the shooting time started at 7:31, and it was still 7:35. I still couldn't really, I guess I could have shot, but there was still a blur in my scope, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do it. Maybe they'll come back or they'll stay there till it gets lighter. And they took off. They just walked away. So that was the end of it. Here we are, first weekend in January. You can still deer hunt in Macomb County down here, in Oakland County, and Wayne County. I guess the season goes till the end of January. But I'm done. Everything's put away. Everything's done. I'm done till next year, at least till turkey season. I just want to give a wrap. We didn't see many deer. It was like 20, 25 total, all total up at camp. That's way down from 55 the year before. So yeah, it's another year in the books. Hoping all yous had luck at your camps or wherever you hunt. Hope you have a good New Year. We'll be out there probably the month of May, turkey hunting down here. Probably go in that same spot I was in last year, set a blind up, and hopefully I'll go out earlier in May than I did that weekend before the skeeters start. We will be going up to camp hopefully the last weekend in April, weather permitting. I could make it to camp right now. There ain't a lick of snow up there right now at camp. There's some in the northern parts of the upper, but we don't have no snow down there. Maybe a dusting. But no, I appreciate you all watching. Appreciate the support. There will be a giveaway coming shortly. I'm just waiting on the lady that does my embroidering, till she gets some hats in. That's going to be one of the giveaways, is a couple of hats. I'm just waiting for her to tell me, yeah, that she can get them done. That's all I'm waiting on. So that'll be coming hopefully soon. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.